Hey everybody, it's Steve Cook with Premier Guitar and PremierGuitar.com, here with the wonderfully influential, I didn't say old or legendary that time.
That's cool.
Tony MacAlpine.
How you doing, Steve?
Welcome to Nashville. Great, thank you. Appreciate it. You been out vintage guitar shopping today?
I haven't been there today, but...
Okay, can we just cut this? We're going to go shopping. We don't need to, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. He's holding a beautiful guitar. We're going to talk about that right now. Talk to me. What do you got here?
I got, my Ibanez, Prestige guitar here. One of my buddies. He travels with me.
Yeah.
Plays all my songs with me.
Good.
Even correctly if I play them incorrectly.
Perfect.
But, yeah, it's a great, great unit.
So EMG pickups.
Yeah.
And talk to me about the controls maybe.
I got a push-pull clean, so with it extended, I have a clean tone. Less gain on there.
Okay.
With it in, I have the full power of the pickup.
Right on.
So it helps me a little bit,
Yes.
with colors.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And what kind of wood is on this fretboard?
Yeah, it's just it's just a rosewood neck.
Okay.
So yeah, pretty simple design. And, it's a neck through body, and then it has a.
That's awesome. What is this here? I'm sorry.
What the truss rods are.
No.
Oh.
That's inside.
Yeah.
What is that? Just Purple Heart or is that?
Well, no, it's a different kind of wood, but I don't know. I didn't build it. I
Gotcha.
just play it.
Beautiful. That's great. I don't build them either. And you've got a number 2 down here.
I do.
Or a number 1.
Yeah, however you.
As will be tonight.
Yeah.
What's different about this guy that you don't have in this one?
Well, the pickups are a little different. These are like hotter pickups in this guitar, and this one has the older style, tailpiece. So it actually moves on a hinge, and these ones actually move on a fulcrum point. So it's got that difference in it, and it all lends to a different sound also, I think.
And you have different EMGs in this?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
I do. Yeah.
A little fatter?
Yeah. And this guitar is a bit heavier.
Yeah.
The wood is.
What gauge strings are you using on these?
I use Ernie Ball 9 to 52.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
Flip this over, same deal, look at that.
Yep. And they're active guitars, of course.
Beautiful. 2 beautiful instruments, and now we're moving on to his extremely simple pedal setup. We're going to talk about a signal chain as well. Tony,
Well,
you're on.
I'm on. I'm here.
Good morning.
I'm here.
So let's talk about your signal chain.
Okay, so the first thing that happens is I go into the Ernie Ball wah pedal, and which is, it's pretty much a high gain wah pedal. Has a nice curve to it.
Yep.
From that, I go into the Sound Blocks multi-wave distortion pedal, and
How many, well, not to interrupt, how many different tones are you using out of the multi-wave?
just not too many. I use I have an octave type of distortion that I've created that I like to use.
Yeah.
It's kind of a nice thing. Then I have one that reacts a little bit slower in time, with the actual picking. So
Okay.
kind of a handy device.
And next up are your Voodoo Labs.
The Voodoo Lab Sparkle Drive I use just to add some depth and clean tones, like an acoustic guitar.
Little shimmer, yeah.
Yeah.
Little shimmer.
Yeah,
Little shine.
and the Giggity I use to take off some of the thinness out of it at the same time. So I would never really use them together.
So your distortion or your higher gain stuff is coming,
All the distortion comes from the head, from the core blade head.
Okay.
So I'm using Kettner core blades, and I've got just tons of presets that I can create, and of course you bounce everything down to a stick, and you can just back it up to another amp. So,
Right.
Yeah.
And again, out to the volume pedal. And
Yeah.
then your-
Everything comes out with the
you're
volume
out.
pedal, and that's it. That's the end of this.
Beautiful.
End of
So
the ride.
we're going to segue beautifully from that to your amplifiers.
Okay, excellent.
All right. So moving from the pedal board to the amplifiers, talk to us about your setup back here.
Well, I use a Hughes and Kettner core blade, and it's a 2-pad, and it incorporates all the effects and compression and noise gate built right into the head, and you can program it to any of the 128 presets.
And how many presets are you using?
Anywhere from 8 to 4. So I don't really.
Again, keeping it simple.
Well, I don't have to. I'm playing a record that we recorded in the 80s, a Maximum Security record on this tour. So I don't need that. They didn't have all those tones, back then.
Right.
So.
We've evolved a little
Yeah,
bit.
so I don't need to do.
Now, how much from a player standpoint, when you bring this home, how much time do you tweak? Do you play? Do you find your tones?
Yeah, I spend a bit of time in the rehearsal studio downloading things in and trying things out for different size rooms.
Right.
Yeah, and different EQ settings, which is a cinch because it's so fast to program it, and of course, if I need to do like a tour where we're not actually bringing the heads like we did with the PSMS band with Portnoy and Billy Sheehan and Derek Trunian, they'll provide the backline, and I'll just show up with the
stick
and download it. And
I got you.
Yeah.
So how do you alter this for different size rooms? Because this is a different size room than you were in last night.
Yeah. Generally, what I do is if the room's a little smaller, I try to create a little bit more space with the delays, and I don't use reverbs, and so they're a little bit longer. If it's a bigger room, I tighten things up and let the room do the work.
Right. Beautiful. So what are you running here? You've got just the one cab. I see the one cab.
Yeah, we have cabinets here, and they're filled with the greenbacks, 16 ohm greenbacks.
Okay.
So real warm, great sounding speaker, and just goes into one head and into two cabinets, and it's a mono rig. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Beautiful. Tony.
Yes.
I'm stunned because your setup is incredibly simple, and it's refreshing because a lot of guys have a lot of stuff, and we're not downing anybody that has massive 4-foot, 5-foot pedal boards and racks of gear, but you bring it to a different place, and again, it's refreshing and it's pretty cool.
Well, thank you. Thanks, Steve.
Well,
Thanks
sure.
very much.
But on that note,
Yeah.
I've always wondered, how do you try out new gear? And I know we're sort of at the end of this clip, but how, do you walk around NAMM? Do you go to music stores? I mean,
generally, I go to the NAMM show.
Really?
And I
So
watch the
once a year-
demonstrations
yeah.
of the guys that actually know how to play this stuff. And that's how I was turned on to the giggity. And I saw that, and then
Right on.
the
So you're
NAMM.
kind of like the rest of us.
Of course.
Which makes me feel a little bit more,
That's what's so fun about the NAMM show.
Right?
Yeah.
Right on. Well, for Premier Guitar, PremierGuitar.com, I'm Steve Cook. This is the legendary, I said it, Tony MacAlpine. He's going to play us out.
Thank you.
Don't forget to sign up for PG Perks, your all-access pass to exclusive gear giveaways and discounts on PremierGuitar.com.